Howdy folks, it's Sonelias. Welcome to this Let's Play of Heart of Iron 4. This is the Heart of Iron 4 tutorial we were going through, so I'm just about to load that game again. At the end of last session we were in the war with Ethiopia, I believe. So down here we are in the midst of fighting, and we are waiting for the surrender of Ethiopia to occur. Now that is of course something we're working towards at the moment. First thing though is we need to make sure we get our way out of the current battles that we're all in. So I didn't think the war was going too well. I'm not sure whether that's due to me not having actually assigned the missions correctly or whatever the cause was, but let's see how that will go from this point onwards. Just gonna accelerate time a little bit. I'm going to try to take the capital of that place. In the meantime, I can basically assign an additional governmental goal. I can assign a chief of the army, for example, here, which gives me recovery rate, speed for the divisions or defense, or alternatively, I can assign one of these political advisors. Political advisors really give you certain benefits in certain areas. Just going through them. So this is support for the fascists. This is partisan effectiveness, political power gain, which should be effective. Monthly opinion, trade deals, ideological opinion, civilian to military conversion, military construction speed, and dockyard construction speed. So I'm building more of those dockyards. Airbase construction speed, naval base, rocket, da-di-da-di-da, civilian factory construction speed, infrastructure construction speed. I'm gonna go for the fascist, I think. Or I could basically focus more on Air Force. Bad weather penalty is reduced. Ace generation chance is increased. Air experience gain. Interesting conundrum here. Let's go for the fascist support for the moment. Now some nations will have of course different goals you can set in there. So different options in terms of the choices you can make in there. Probably what I should have considered as well is the options in here. So exports, partial mobilization and so forth. Let's close this section here. We're still at war. Closing that guide there as well. So I'm in the midst of various different battles. The ones that I am fighting, this is an offensive war we're going in through. We are winning. This one is a defensive war, which we're also winning. Interesting though. If you look at the actual ratio of manpower that they committed versus ours. We've only got one unit in there, but the actual fighting power of that particular unit is so much stronger than what they've actually committed there. And they've given up on it. I haven't done anything with our naval units here yet. I don't think I really need to at this point. I got some destroyers here, I've got some submarines there as well. Let's let's just again focus on actually getting to the end of this war as quickly as we can. So we're in May already. It's taken quite a while, that war. I was kind of hoping that would go quicker. Oops, we researched some technologies. And we have our national focus here as well that we finished. So we get additional army experience, we get additional military factories and building slots and so forth. I haven't got the triumph in Africa yet. But I could of course choose this particular goal here. It's another 70 days for us to go through that one. In the meantime, we can actually allocate some additional research targets. I'm not sure which of these to go for really. It's not making any suggestions in here at the moment, but there are a few where I actually get discounts on. So the firepower one, the mobile warfare, and that's basically a combination of various different options. But that seems to focus on actually working together with armor. So tanks, motorized. So this is focused on speed and maneuvering, focused on throwing shells at the enemy. This one's focused on preparing battle for the keys of success. I thought it said these are mutually exclusive. Mobile warfare is exclusive for trench warfare. Mass assault. And mobile warfare. Now I'm assuming that this is the trench one, which I'm assuming that there is a error in the actual description here. We had already invested efforts into here, so I think what I'm going to do is we're actually going to invest more into this one here. And in terms of this one here, we are going to put more efforts into the radio. We got some free factories now as well. So we have additional factories that became available. So we can allocate those to individual needs. So I got a total need here for additional infantry equipment. We got additional needs here in terms of fighters or anything? No, not really. Okay, I'm going to assign those both to infantry equipment for the moment. And that should be all I need to do for the moment being. Okay, close. Alright, are we getting close to our war goal? It's one of the things I'm missing here. I basically have gained a victory point there, but I don't really get too much insight into how that is progressing. This is the war screen that shows you how a war is progressing. Italy start a war with Ethiopia, but you do not have to worry about that right now. Proceed to look at the other alerts. Okay. Again, I've got a free military factory. Why? I guess I've just completed some factories there. Ethiopia has surrendered. You have won. You can now make demands during the peace conference. We recommend that you choose to take all states. Each demand you make will increase world tension by a certain amount. The higher the world tension is, the closer you are to world war. Some countries have certain diplomatic actions locked until world tension is high enough. Read more in the hints below. So the recommendation is take all states. So if I click on the little chevron here, there's the two options in there. And there's different So what's happening in here? So I've got a certain number of points I can allocate here. So I've got 41 points and I've got a score at the moment that is in relation to making a demand. Now the impact upon the actual world tension is either a gain to 1.7 or a gain to 1.2. So either take Ethiopia. So if I choose Ethiopia to be taken, there is a reduction. If I choose to puppet them, I will see there's an increase. Is that right? No. This is confusing. I think there will be a reduction in world tension. So let's go for this one. And then click on done. So world tension has not increased. We have generated a negative world tension. Okay. Italy took one state, Ethiopia was annexed, and we've gained equipment. So equipment was seized here. Perfect. Anything else I need to do with that one? It doesn't look like it. So I can close that one. I had that notification I was working on earlier in terms of these factories. So I'm just going to allocate this towards further production here. Alright, so we are victorious, the war is over and Ethiopia has been defeated. During peacetime you will have to transport troops across the ocean to redeploy them to different locations or perhaps to prepare for war. Now that Ethiopia has been defeated, you do not need to have so many divisions there. Select at least 4 divisions and move them to the highlighted port by right-clicking on the individual province. Why was the cursor down here? It looks like I was actually supposed to move them there, but that's actually French territory, so I'm supposed to move them to that place there. Okay, so what I can do, it's colonial. If I select the individual ones I want to have, so I want to move these 2 away from here. So these are regular in terms of experience levels, these are trained. If I move these there, and then unassign all the currently selected from the army. Okay, so they should be on their way there. Is that right? Yes, that one's got orders. That one doesn't have orders, which is fine. And again, I'll select a couple of these here as well. So if I select this one up to that one, include this one, and again I'll send them to there as well. So I've got a variety of different ones we're going to try to send to there. And in terms of these particular units here, I don't need them to do anything. Now I don't want to, do I want to remove the air wing? Cancel, no I don't want to remove them. I want to cancel all those missions they've got. Alright, so the tutorial, that's fine. I want to close this. I just want to basically move them all as time progresses here. Are they moving? They should be. Alright, to transport troops between 2 friendly territories, your troops must first be standing in a port. Select the unit standing in the port and right click to another port in Italy. Okay, so they're in that particular province. So if I now click on another province here in Italy. Actually, do I want to send them there or do I want to send them up here? Which might be useful if I want to actually get them involved in North Africa. Now I do want to take these 4 units and unassign them. And I want to assign them to a new army up here. I want to basically take these units away. Good. and I want to have a brand new army here once I actually got those additional divisions up here. You now completed the guided part of the tutorial. You can continue playing as Italy if you wish. Read the FAQ or the Italy playthrough if you find yourself having difficulties. So if we basically click on one of these links, I'm assuming it takes me to... it's actually an inbuilt resource. I thought it would be actually taking me to an external browser, but actually there's a browser inbuilt. Great. Great. Well, that's pretty much the end of the Let's Play then, I guess, because the intention for this one was really to take you guys through the tutorial, show you what's involved in the tutorial. Appreciate your time and efforts in terms of watching this, and hopefully you'll watch some of my other Let's Plays on either Hearts of Iron or Stellaris or some of the other games I've been playing, and I'll hopefully see you on the next one. Thank you.